Cor Van Ray has been a driving force in agriculture in southern Alberta for many years. Cor immigrated from the Netherlands to Canada in 1959, and after working in a variety of jobs, ended up in southern Alberta, where he began a lifelong career in agriculture. In 1963, Cor married Christine, and they settled in the Iron Springs area. With a 1/2 section of land, Cor began with a small herd of Holstein cattle. By the 70s, the Van Rays were growing grain and vegetables as the cattle operations expanded. The family was also growing, and eventually 6 children formed the family. In this time, he sponsored Morris Zeenstra to come over to Canada.
I got to know Cor in 1967. I wanted to come to Canada and I needed a sponsor, and through some friends and other people I got hold of Cor, and Cor sponsored me, and that's also the year, 1967, that I worked for Cor. And that's probably why I ended up with so much gray hair, because working for Cor was, well, pretty good, but I still ended up with gray hair at an early age.
A friend of Cor's is Larry Nolan, who was also in the cattle business.
Well, I guess, first of all, I actually knew his wife before I knew Cor, because she was the girl next door here. She was raised on a farm right the neighbor's ours, and so I knew Christine. I probably got to meet Cor in the later 60s when they were, after they were married and on their own farm. And after that, we probably were together more because of the cattle business in the 70s and for sure in the 80s.
Gus Bytels has the Napa store in Picture Butte. He has a long-term relationship with Cor.
You know, slowly I was looking for business, and Cor Van Ray Farms started to support us, and over the time span it got better and better. And I told him I treated him fair and the best as I could. We all have to make money, and he could easily live with that. He says, we keep going in that way and everything will be fine.
Alan Fabro is Cor's long-term friend and business partner in the farm equipment business.
The owner that I was in business with wanted to sell his shares in the business, and an obvious candidate to be a potential shareholder along with myself was Cor Van Ray. So I approached Cor, and he was obviously very willing to share an interest in the John Deere business.
Glenn Thompson is another friend and competitor in the cattle business.
I moved to the Iron Springs area about 16 years ago, and I had a question about some seeding and some seeding intentions, and I phoned Cor and got some advice from him, and that was the start of it, and we became personal friends from that point on.
For Cor, drive and determination built the business, but there were other qualities that helped him as well.
When he built his first corral, he knew exactly how many boards he needed, but not just only the boards, he knew exactly how many nails he needed. And I remember I was nailing away and I bent a few nails, and Cor says, you keep on bending a few more and we'll be running out of nails.
He enjoys the challenge. I mean, he's totally involves himself in whatever facet of the business or whatever new challenge he's taken on. He gets totally involved in it, right down to the smallest details of cleanliness and neatness. And I think one of his greatest enjoyments is taking a new parcel of land that he buys and just loves to clean it all up and get rid of old buildings and re-landscape some of it and make it as neat and tidy as he can.
Cor Van Ray raised the bar on the intensive livestock feeding business in not only Canada, but North America. I mean, if you've ever been to one of his facilities, you can see exactly what he puts into the business. There's nothing left unturned. I mean, it's immaculate. And every one of us has had to pull our socks up to keep up to him. It's been a challenge, but it's been good.
I recognized very early he was a very positive guy on all aspects of agriculture. Whether it would be the farming or the farm machinery business, he loved agriculture. And even when times were difficult, he recognized how important agriculture was, and he recognized also that agriculture would be excellent in the long run.
And how he can stay so focused all the time on so many different facets of the business is what I'm really impressed with Cor.
And for sure, he's one seriously focused guy. You know, he'll get involved, and when he gets involved in something, he takes it and becomes a complete project, and he's so focused on what the end result should be, and 99.9% of the time he gets to that point.
Cor's philanthropic work includes many charities, as well as giving back to the communities in the area.
We've been friends with Cor ever since the day I came here, and we became very involved in the community, and probably because Cor was very much into the community, like anything, like fundraisers or whatever you had. Cor wanted to be there, and he was there.
Cor gives back not only with his knowledge, but and he gives that freely if you ask for it. And corporately, his donations to many projects. You know, he's helped all kinds of stuff through the Cor Tribute community, Southern Alberta, and Canadian projects. Cor
can see some of the issues in the community, or the needs in the community, and for sure, you know, after his wife's illness, and that he knows what would make it more manageable, easier on the people receiving some of the treatment.
He is a man that likes to give to the underprivileged. We all know that. He likes to give to the hospital. He likes to give to Helen Schuler Center. There's many things that Cor really supports, and people don't see that.
Cor was a major factor in stimulating our business, McKay Brothers and Western Tractor, to be a big major contributor, especially to the agricultural area within the Lethbridge area. And he believed that the company should be a major factor in contribution to the community, and especially agricultural related endeavors.
Cor has an effect on the people around him. The people he has been associated with have had their businesses influenced by his association.
I can only describe Cor as, in just a few words, his honesty and his integrity, I guess. Yeah.
And he it doesn't matter what he's doing or where he goes, he's got that mental outlook towards what he wants to do, what he wants to achieve, and all the rest of it. So I give the man all the credit for being able to do that.
I would have to evaluate Cor and all the business people that I have met, that he is the ultimate risk taker. He's not afraid of risk. When he makes the decision to get involved in a certain aspect of business, I don't think there's ever a question or concern. He just moves ahead, forges ahead, and he knows, especially with his investments in agriculture, that eventually they're going to work out well.
He's very business oriented to most people, but when you're out in the coulee in the middle of the winter and there's 10 feet of snow, have you ever seen a group our age go down on our butts giggling all the way? And that really stands out. That's Cor loved that kind of stuff, and very funny man if you get to know him close.
Another side of Cor is fitness. He is driven to stay active by both running and biking.
Well, back in the late 90s, Cor and I were both attending a fitness class at the YMCA. And my husband and I are long distance runners, and Cor heard us talking about running with the fitness instructor. So he came up to me one night and said, "Oh, well, what do you do with this running? And I'm sort of interested in doing that." And I said, well, we run from our place 3 times a week, and whoever shows up at our house goes running, and if you want to join us, join us. So he did, and as the saying is, the rest is history.
In 2006, we cycled across Canada, and then we cycled anywhere from 85 to 178 kilometers a day. It took us 2.5 months, and it was fun. It was great. It was challenging, but fun.
2 words would come to mind: dedication and perseverance. And I think that would go both with his career and with his running. Like, he is, for me, he's my inspiration. When I don't want to come out and run, I just think, what would Cor do to me if I don't show up? And I'm always there because of him. So.
His quest for activity is taken across Canada and around the world.
I could talk about one thing that Cor's been trying to do, and it could be one of his only failures that I know. About 12 years ago, Cor came along and he decided that he wanted me to get skinny. and I think that might be his only failure to date. He's still trying, and we're still working on it, but it hasn't happened yet.
No, I wish Cor very well in his endeavors and what he likes doing, and he likes doing is working out.
You're very deserving of the award, the appreciation of all the achievements you've accomplished, personal and business. And so, for all that, Cor, I want to congratulate you and all the best.
For sure, obviously, as a former partner, business partner, and a good friend, offer all the best to Cor in the years coming ahead. I know he will continue to be as active as he is now. He's just a bundle of energy. I don't sense he'll be slowing down much, but regardless, we're going to wish him the best in whatever endeavors he partakes of here in the future.
Cor, congratulations. It's wonderful to have you as our 26th honoree of this important dinner. Thanks for being here this evening.
I'd like to congratulate Cor on being the recipient of this award. It's long overdue.
I really like to congratulate Cor with his achievement. I like to congratulate Cor with what he all did for the community and this area. And I hope he stays healthy and many more many more years to live, because Cor is an inspiration to a lot of people and for sure to me.